Hello friends, this is Vaishnavi Ganesh going to present a topic on clustering and cloud computing. So I am from Computer Science and Department. Today I'll be giving you the basics regarding cloud computing. The things that we are going to cover in this presentation is introduction and what is the need of cloud computing, its main objectives, applications, and the syllabus contents. This is for 8th SEM CSE, so we will be seeing the syllabus of 8th SEM CSE. Introduction to clustering and cloud computing. Basically, cloud computing means wherever the remote servers or databases or networks, whatever they are situated, wherever in the whole world, they will be connected through internet. So that is the basic simple meaning of cloud computing. So that is what we have written here. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services such as servers, data storage, databases, networking, software analytics, and intelligence over the internet to offer flexible resources, faster innovation, and economies of scale. In simpler terms, instead of owning data centers, organizations can rent access to someone else's infrastructure like storage, computer servers, databases from a cloud computing service provider and only pay for the resources that they use. So this is what is the basic cloud computing architecture that will look like. It basically consists of the application, the platform, and the infrastructure that is involved. We can see that the servers, laptops, they are located in the remote servers, which are connected under one environment through a common internet connection. So this is what the basic cloud computing comprises of. It comprises of the deployment models and the service models. The deployment models can be classified as public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. Now let me just elaborate in a sentence that what is the meaning of each and every of these cloud. Public cloud means anyone can get connected to that cloud or anybody can work in that environment. That is the basic meaning of public cloud. The example you can take it of that of the Gmail, where anyone can register and have their account. So the example is that of public transport like buses, where anyone can hire a bus, take that conveyance and you can travel. The next type of cloud is the private cloud, where a particular organization owns that environment only for its employees. So that is the meaning of private cloud. The example in a layman language, you can take it as the example of owning a private car, where it is suggested that in roads and all, either you take public transport, but some people take a own their own bikes or cars to travel from one location to another. So private cloud means where an organization has that cloud only for its employees' use. Then the next example is that of hybrid cloud, where it is a combination of both private and public cloud. The example is hiring a taxi. Taxi means you are hiring that particular cab for your individual purpose. At the same time, that cab doesn't belong to you whole and soul, because you are hiring only for that particular amount of period or amount of time. Now, what is the meaning of community cloud? Community cloud means several companies hire a common platform for their employees. That means 2, 3 companies, they are building one common platform for their employees. That is the meaning of community cloud. Now, this another classification that I have shown here is the service models, which comprises of the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and the software as a service. IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, software as a service. So what is there in each of these? In infrastructure as a service, it basically comprises of the operating systems. That means the several nodes or the computers, wherever they may be situated in the network, they will be sharing the operating system or databases, or you can say they are sharing the network. The every backend part comprises of the infrastructure as a service. Now, what comprises of the platform as a service? Here, you can take that the platform as a service provides the base or the platform for several softwares to be set up, or it gives, what is the thing that is shared in the platform as a service means the applications or the tools that is shared among the various nodes. Now, software as a service comprises of the softwares, that is, there is no need for you to exactly fully download that software in your machine. You can simply use that software even when that software is not installed in your desktop or laptop or in your machine. So you can basically share the softwares without the need for being installing them. So this is there in SaaS. Now, these are the cloud service providers. There are various cloud service providers. Like when we are telling that there is no need for us to take there is no need for us to care about the maintenance or other things. Then who is the one who is doing all the maintenance part, or who is taking care of the maintenance among the various nodes or the resources which they are sharing? We don't have to bother about them, right? Then who is the one who is taking care of? It is the cloud service providers. So there are various cloud service providers in the market like Google Cloud, that is GC, AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, etc. There are other cloud service providers also. The most famous one, the mostly used in the market are the Google Cloud and the Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure. Now, each of these cloud service providers have their limitations or have their advantages, where they vary in the costing, and they also vary in the range which the areas which they cover. So that varies from cloud service provider to provider. Then the next one is the characteristics of cloud computing. Now, this is a very important basic part when we talk about cloud computing. What are the basic characteristics? On-demand self-service. That is, there is no intervener here. You can directly demand and access to a particular software or a database or anything like that. I mean, there is no intervener here. On-demand self-service. That is the meaning of this point. Secondly, broad network access. Our computing should have a broader network access and resource pooling. Various resources are shared, resources like the CPU storage, the memory that various users may share, or the RAM, etc. These are the other resources which several users may share during their communication or data processing. The next characteristic are the measured services, the rapid elasticity and scalability. Now, this is a very important point. When we talk about scalability, what is the meaning of that? It is a very important property as far as cloud computing is concerned, because scalability means as and when the need on a particular website increases, or as and when the load on a particular server increases, so when it is not able to handle all the requests that flood to a particular web server, so we increase the scalability. For example, during festive seasons, Amazon or Flipkart, um, they offer several these things, discounts and all in their shopping. So several people shop in their websites. So what happens is to their website or the server, the load increases. At that time, if we scale that to number of different nodes, that is, instead of a computer serving the different requests, if there are different nodes which will be serving the different requests, so by that way we are distributing the traffic, so we are scaling up. So scalability is a very important factor of cloud computing. We can scale up or scale down as per our need. And then no maintenance. This is also one of the very important point. That is, we say that we don't have to bother about maintenance. Then who bothers? The cloud service providers provide us the entire maintenance facility. Now here there is an important point of virtual machines concepts, which involves that in virtual machines, without the need for us to exactly install that operating system in our PC, we can still access that operating system. Like for example, in my desktop, I have Windows 10, but in the backend, I can run Kali Linux or Windows 7 or Ubuntu, everything they will be working in the running in the back end with through virtual machines. That is the concept of virtualization, that is virtual machines. So what I want to say here is we can open that environment and I can start working in the Ubuntu environment, and I need to pay only for that duration for which I'm working. So this is what is the thing, that I don't have to bother about the maintenance. It is the headache of the cloud service providers. So there is no need of maintenance. Virtual machines is one of the examples which we can explain in this point. Another point is security. Now, security is a very big issue as far as cloud computing is concerned. It is said that maximum security is being provided in the cloud computing through blockchains also. That is a total different area. So security can be provided in cloud computing using blockchains also. The very next is why we study cloud computing. There are many points like flexibility for developers. One of the main benefits of cloud computing is the flexibility it provides. Cloud developers can work from anywhere and access the same resources as employees in the company's headquarters. Six-figure salary, you get a chance to earn a huge amount of salary if you have knowledge regarding this field to work with. There are more jobs offered and you can build your own startup, and this is a very challenging field. So these are the reasons why we need to study. This is in the current hot topic area. The next thing, what are the objectives of cloud computing? The main objective of this course is to introduce concepts related to analysis, design, implementation of computation and storage clouds. With the completion of the course, the student will be in position to understand the necessary theoretical background for computing and storage cloud environments. The applications in the real world. What are the applications? Now, this is a very interesting topic. The various applications include like the art, which involves Adobe Creative Cloud. The business applications involve Salesforce, which is in current trend, which involves all the sales, the purchase, the orders placed to a company, what are the orders, how to handle them, what are the daily supplies they are fulfilling, and so on. Everything is maintained in this software. PayPal, which is used which is a platform through which payments can be done. Data storage and backup applications, education applications like Google Apps for education, Chromebooks for education, tablets with Google Play for education, entertainment applications like online games, video conferencing apps, management applications, social applications like the very famous social websites, that is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. So all these things involve cloud applications or cloud computing at their backend for developing these softwares. Now the next one is what does the syllabus of VIII CSE that comprises of in cloud computing? In unit 1, basically the students are given introduction to cloud computing, the various characteristics of cloud computing, advantages, disadvantages, cloud service providers, and basically the service models, deployment models, and so on. The challenges involved in cloud computing and the comparison of the cloud computing with the on-premise devices. That is the manual one which we have. The second unit comprises basically of the service models types, like which I have already illustrated: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Unit 2 comprises of this. Unit 3 comprises of handling of big data. Now, why is big data important here? Because big data means handling of huge data. That is, whatever thing that we are doing in the current, this thing, whatever field it may be it Spotify or LinkedIn or our Google or social websites like Twitter or Facebook, etc. Everything deals with handling of huge sets of data. So in the backend, we need to handle and manage the huge sets of data, which is nothing but big data. And Hadoop is the database which is used for this purpose. Now, how is Hadoop different from the traditional databases? our traditional handling practices. All those things we will be discussing here, like clustering big data, classification of big data, produce example, architecture of Hadoop, and configuration of Hadoop, and so on. Unit 4 comprises of how to handle or how to manage security in cloud. It involves the various challenges or the threats that cloud computing faces, and what are the various types where the security can be provided in cloud computing, like network level security, host level security, application level security, and the virtual machine security, infrastructure security, and so on. So there are various things like this which will be discussed in this unit or in this topic, that is security to cloud. Then the next topic is application development using C#, how the certain applications are developed using C#, understanding basic object-oriented concepts in C#, .NET, etc. Now, the last unit, that is unit 6, comprises of creating cloud application using Azure. Creating simple cloud application, configuring application, creating virtual machine, deployment of application to Windows Azure Cloud, using cloud storage devices, etc. These are the course outcomes of this subject, where the CO1 specifies identified cloud computing and its business implications. CO2 tells us list the components of cloud computing architecture. Because of CO3, the students will be able to utilize big data techniques using Hadoop. Because of CO4, the students will be able to access and process security in cloud. Because of CO5, the students will be able to manage application development in cloud computing using C#. Because of CO6, the students will be able to develop cloud applications using Azure. These are the basic textbooks which are useful for the students for studying this subject. Thank you.